Okay, here we go. So what do we got here, Benny?
So here we have my Thunderbolt siren. And below it is the first ever siren to have a ludicrous exhaust pipe. So what this will do is this will plug into this industrial blower that I got. And I'm using the garbage bag as sort of like a union to connect the two. So currently with the backyard layout the way it is, getting a Thunderbolt blower down here will not be possible. So I have to make do with other things instead. So a Thunderbolt blower, according to the civil defense using it on the site, is capable of 250 cubic feet a minute and 6 point something pounds per square inch. Considering atmospheric pressure is 14 pounds per square inch, I think that's kind of weak. So I invested in this industrial blower here, which is capable of 1,650 cubic feet a minute, which is over 5 times the capability of a Thunderbolt blower. So while it may not pressurize, it will move a lot of air into the chopper for sure.
And that's more than a regular Thunderbolt would be able to provide, right?
Yes, way more.
I can imagine. And that's kind of a little close up here on what it says, if we can read it better. But what's it say? Wow. Static 500. What's the static part meaning?
I really don't know.
But that's amazing.
So if anyone has watched my most recent siren video, they'll see that I sounded off the Thunderbolt for a severe thunderstorm warning. I did a 1-minute alert and I used this blower. Now a lot of people weren't happy with that video because, oh, it's not legal, or oh, you didn't do it right. Well, given the space and materials and money that I have, this is all I can do. I forgot what I was going to say after this.
I could say, what I like to also point out is that despite the disappointment, we got to also understand that these are simply not toys. We just tend to have a habit of treating these like as if they are toys, because us siren enthusiasts, we enjoy it, which is okay. But what you all need to understand is that even though the way how we do things like this, it's not exactly the way how you may want us to do it, but at the same time, that's kind of up to us to decide on how we want to do this. But this is just to show you all how we're going to do this as a setup example. He just pre-tested this without using it, and with this air intake right here, I was stunned of how loud it got. I didn't use my hearing protection, but it's loud enough to where you will need it. But can you imagine with this running?
When it's running with the industrial blower, you can actually feel the sound penetrating your chest.
Yeah, so this is going to be a kicker, definitely. Can you tell us more about the 612, or nothing new with that?
Nothing new with it so far. Still have it running on 1 wire instead of 2. I haven't really used it lately, but I'm thinking of firing it up again sometime soon.
I was wondering if I could bring my MC controller over, but I'm not exactly sure how we're going to be able to hook up the drivers. The other thing is, I got to also check to see how many of my amplifiers in the MC controller are still workable. So I don't know how
it'll be worth a try.
I would love to try that, because I'm sure many of you siren enthusiasts would love to see that, and I know I would too. It'd be nice to have a real alternate whale going through this again, only it won't be a Siratone controller, not like what this had, but I so want to try that, but I'm just not sure how I'm going to be able to pull that off. But that's also going to be going by what he described, the way how his backyard is laid out. Although I'm not going to really describe where he lives, but what I'm going to tell you is, frankly, because of the terrain, going downhill is going to be quite difficult, especially for a heavy cabinet, despite the fact it's on a really nice cart. But a Thunderbolt siren blower would pretty much be impossible unless, if some miracle, if you had a good pallet jack. But is that really all the effort?
A pallet jack with off-road tires. That'll be the only way we can get a blower down here.
Yeah, otherwise it's good luck because you're not going to be able to.
These were difficult enough. The 612 almost took out my brother on the way down.
Yeah, the 612 is a beast. And of course the Thunderbolt siren, because it's all stainless steel, that was heavy too. Although you could
regular steel. Stainless steel doesn't rust. This
regular I meant, sorry.
It's got rot in it.
Yeah, well, my controller is steel. I mean, I think it's stainless steel, but my MC controller is definitely rusting compared to my wheel and aluminum cabinet. That one's definitely not rusting at all. But my MC controller, even though I have a tarp covering it, that too is also rusting. But this is kind of how we're gonna do it. As we're gonna kind of do it like that, and. Yeah. Is there anything else you need to say out, or no?
So I've also figured out how to get the transformer in this box to work, so I can use different chopper levels. And I have it set at 5 currently, and I'm not even going to bother showing what it looks like in there, because every single thing I do on YouTube is already met with how I am doing it wrong and how I should do it differently. So I'm just not even going to touch that.
Yeah, we're kind of getting tired of the comments,
So I'm using this blower because it works. It works good enough for me. This is a residential area, so it's already loud enough, and I want to be at least a little bit courteous to the neighbors. So
yeah, people are also commenting about your neighbors must love you and such. What do you have to say for that? Like, can we describe more like how it works here, or how like what happens?
So the neighbors over here do mind the siren a little bit, but because I set it off seldomly, it's not that big a deal. My neighbors on this side, they love it. They love the siren. I have neighbors. There's a little court just beyond the road here, so I have another neighbor touching our yard towards the back there, and they love the siren too. And right there is a high school beyond the trees. So I try to set it off for football games whenever the home team gets a touchdown, but they don't usually hear it. So that's kind of how everyone around here feels about it.
Yeah, but even if ones were to complain, like you stated before, it is legal, but
It's legal as long as it's for 60 seconds, and if the rest of the sirens are going off, then I can do it for the full 3 minutes.
yes, because that's considered that's how you can do it legally. So for those that are saying neighbors must love you, well, some probably do, some don't. But even if they don't, it's going by what the law says. Oh, there goes St. Aidan's Church bells.
Must be noon.
It is noon. But anyways, because of that, there's just no, like I said, that your uncle works in the police department, so being confirmed by law that there is no law of sounding off a siren on private property, as long as it's only for a very short period of time, and it's probably, if you're sounding it off other than a siren test day, it's not recommended that you use full power on it. Like, if you're doing a very short, brief test, that should be okay, but on a siren test day, this would be the only time where it is okay, just like what you saw in my video when I brought my wheel in here. But,
The law basically says you can do it, but don't be a dick about it.
Yes,
So-
that's the point. That's what it really is, But,
So full recap, the Thunderbolt works with a new blower instead of a stock condition. I've got a new, I figured out how to use the chopper levels, and this system works for me. And if anyone thinks or has the urge to tell me that I should do it differently, get your own Thunderbolt and try it yourself. This is mine. This is how I do it.
yes, that's what I want to pretty much cover here.
One last thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is not Siren Head. I know what Siren Head is, and this isn't it. So stop telling me about it.
Yeah. Knock it off with the dumb comments, people, okay? Quit, you know, stop saying, this is all fake and crap. This is real, okay? We custom this stuff, but this is real, I mean, enough's enough, just...
Hey, man, I want to use the 612 to play the Offspring and Sabaton out of it, so that's what I'll do with it. I don't care if it's not stock condition. It works.
Yeah, I mean, it's an old siren, it's not painted. I mean, it's not...
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it new paint either. This never had paint to begin with. This is
actually what it looked like.
This is the paint, with the exception of the back. But there's one of the pieces was scrapped. So what can I do? But
yeah, but other than that, this is still in what I consider pretty good condition. So yeah, people can have their own opinions what they want, but this is how we want to do things. So just deal with it. But other than that, I just want to thank you all for watching.